Guys, I had planned on having these raised beds completed by this time, but unfortunately I ran into a roadblock. I can't get any decent topsoil right now until springtime. I was planning on getting a whole load of topsoil and mixing that in with some good compost and some sand to make that where it would have good drainage and fill these beds over here with that mixture. But I've looked everywhere and I cannot find any decent topsoil. I can find some old soil that's a lot of clay. I don't want that. I want good quality topsoil, and I was told that it will be next spring before I'll be able to find that. There's a place up here in town that actually sells mulch and compost, and they still have some mulch, but they have absolutely no topsoil right now. So looks like the beds have been put on hold until next spring when I can get the topsoil this soil mixture up. I was hoping to get this done this fall and then let that all set and compost inside the beds during the winter months, but unfortunately that isn't going to be the case. I've got some things done to these beds to get those ready. I've done all I can do. I need to add some more leaves and some more wood in these beds, but to get the topsoil to go on top and to put the compost in is going to be next spring, unfortunately, guys. But I'll show you all what I've got done here right now and how these beds are put together, and I'll give you some ideas on how to build your own beds. Maybe you can find some good quality topsoil right now at this time of year, but right here where I'm at, it's impossible to find. I've looked for the last couple of months and I cannot find any good quality topsoil to go into these beds. But anyway, guys, you can see I built 4 of these beds, and they are 20 inches deep. They're 20 inches deep by 8 foot long by 4 foot wide. And that's the best size for beds, is the 8 foot long and 4 foot wide, because you want to be able to reach in from both sides to get to the plants without having to reach over and actually try to have any difficulty reaching the middle of the bed. So 4 foot is about the perfect size. If you're maybe a smaller stature, maybe you might want to make them 3 foot wide or something like that. But 4 foot by 8 foot is pretty much the standard size. Of course, you can go longer than these 8 foot. You can go 10, 12, 14 feet and build the beds longer like that, but the same 4 foot wide, and still can go up to each side to reach in from each side to reach the plants and tend to the plants and things. But anyway, you can make these beds not as deep, but I decided to make these 20 inches deep because you can see with this bed I've been working on here, I've added a whole lot of wood inside of this. I actually added some leaves inside of this. There's leaves in here and there's also compost in here already. But the wood will actually help supply the plants with nutrients as it decomposes inside these beds. And I put some leaves in here, like I said, and I already put some compost in here. I put the leaves in first, then I put the compost, and then I put some wood here. And I plan on maybe adding some more leaves in here and some more compost and then some more wood. I'd like to have the top layer up to the first 10-inch mark here, and then fill the rest up with good quality topsoil. And as the wood decomposes, it will actually feed the plants. Plus, having the wood in here like this will make it actually hold more moisture. That way, because raised beds tend to dry out, and you have to water these raised beds a lot to keep your plants alive, because they have nowhere else to go, you know, with the roots. They have what is here, and that's what they have. And the raised beds need to drain, because you don't want water to stand in those beds. But by doing that, it means you'll have to actually keep your plants watered more frequently than you would normally if just plant it directly into the ground. So having this wood in here like this, I'm gonna put this in all the beds, all 4 of these. So having this wood in here will actually hold moisture and will keep me from having to actually have to water the plants as much. Plus, like I said, it will supply nutrients and things to the plants as they grow and as this decomposes. This is, of course, this is treated lumber. There's been some issues. People bring up some issues with, or some concerns about using treated lumber, but that was they used to use arsenic to treat lumber, and they stopped doing that. I forget how many years it was, but it's been like 12 or 13 years ago, I think it was, that they stopped using arsenic to treat lumber. And the chemicals they use now to treat the lumber is, as far as all my research goes, isn't really anything to worry about. Doesn't pose any type of health issues. And that'll be another thing too. It would be good to just leave it here like this actually during the winter months. That way any thing that might leach out of these will just leach away and be gone before actually putting any topsoil in here and actually planting these. But I've used treated lumber and raised beds for several years without any issues at all. You can see these as I put 4x4 pieces in the corners to hold these together, and really long screws to hold these together. So these should be really solid and should last a good long time. You can see I've added just a little bit of wood into these. I'm just getting these ready. I'm gonna add some more here. I'm gonna add some more wood here a little bit later today. But you can see I've added some leaves and some compost already in here, and starting to add some wood pieces in here. And I will add some bigger pieces like this, but mostly I will add more smaller pieces about like that, or about as big as my wrist maybe, to fill these up. And like I said, I'm gonna try to go to the top 10 inches, and then the rest of the bed is going to be filled with good quality compost and topsoil for planting. But hopefully guys, hopefully I'll be able to get some good topsoil to mix in with some more compost and some sand to fill these beds up and get these things planted next spring. But anyway guys, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. It's really appreciated. It means the world to me that you all care what I have to say, and that you care enough to actually subscribe and watch my videos. If you think someone else would like these videos, could use the information, then be sure to, or feel free to share these videos with those people. If you haven't bought my book yet, that's greatly appreciated. If you think that it'll help you some, go to Amazon. And there's a link in the description box below. You can go to Amazon directly and read the reviews of that book. And if you think it'll help you in your own preps, then really appreciate it guys if you would buy the book. If you haven't done so already, it's a win-win for me, it's a win for you. But anyway guys, thanks for watching. MD Creekmore, I'm out of here.